Okay, guys, I'm going to give you an introductory um, video to start this week's lessons. You should have all the orientation done. Should hopefully hand it in last night. We are going to introduce marketing and DECA this week. Yes, you have to do the DECA assignments even if you don't plan on participating in DECA. I just want to introduce it to you. If you're a serious business student, you know you're going to go into the area of business in any area, or you know you're going to open your own business, or you're going to you're going to go to college and do get a business degree. Any of those reasons, DECA is an awesome experience and a way to enhance that learning, if that makes sense. I'm not going to talk a lot about it in this video because I want to introduce the class more than I want to introduce DECA. But just in case that's out there, yeah, you got to go through it, and then you can make an honest choice if you want to pursue DECA or not. But this week we're going to introduce marketing and DECA. And so I'm going to open up that folder, which if you're seeing this video, this is the introductory to that folder. This folder sorry, and that list of assignments is what you'll be doing this week. It will be due next Sunday night at midnight, just like the orientation folder. And the class is going to be organized like I'm going to open up work's worth a week every week to you, just because then your mind and me, and it that seems like the best way to organize it. Instead of chapters and stopping here and there. I, um, Obviously, I'll have to do that, but I'll put it in a folder, and you just know I need to get that folder done this week. And then the flexibility of an online class is all in your hands, and you can do that week's work whenever you want to. That's the best way I've got. If somebody has a better way to organize it, let me know. That being said, if you're anywhere in the world, and you can get on, I'm not trying to advertise Google here, but anywhere in the world, if you can get to somewhere that has internet connection and you can go to this school's web page, you are seconds away from being on and a password, seconds and a password away from being in your school's portal where they control the files. They give you a place to save stuff. That is where you'll find the option to open your Schoology class, which will look a lot like, I'm assuming you guys know this, so I'm going fairly fast, where you will have an option to open up your marketing Schoology class, which is this class. Hopefully it opens. There you go. So when I talk about last week's work, I'm talking about the work in this folder, which you'll notice had assignment numbers. And so that was due last night at midnight. When I open up, it's open already to you if you'll notice. When I open up this file, you'll notice two subfiles with assignment numbers, just like last time. Only this time you'll have to um, go to a website, or you'll have to read an article, or you'll go to a magazine, or you'll do different activities to produce learning, by the way. And so when you go through these, there's an activity usually that produces learning. I know I'm being teacher talk there. Um, and so hopefully not too complicated yet. This one might scare you a little, but to be honest, I grade it pretty leniently because we haven't really covered marketing stuff yet. Just be real creative when you're in this. Try to win the contest instead of worrying about a grade, is how I would say it. And then I know it seems like learning DECA, but please do it because it's worthwhile for the handful that pursue it. Um, and then if you don't want to do DECA after this week, it's over. But I'm telling you, and we've had scholarships, students win scholarships and go on to college. And I mean, it can be really exciting and fun. So we're going to introduce these two areas, DECA is co-curricular, so everything you do in DECA will be business marketing related. Just kind of how it's a business organization for high school students. That's what it is. And that's what we'll do this week. And then next week, I'll open up another week's worth of work. And Unit 2 is actually 2 weeks of work, so I'll get it, I'll manage it, and we'll actually have 2 weeks in Unit 1. Um, and hopefully I send you a video like this, just explaining what we're doing for the week. You're going through these. We do have orientation tomorrow after school, open house tonight, by the way, if you want your parents to come meet your marketing teacher. And so I'll explain all this in that orientation. If you know what you're doing and everything's good, just come talk to me. I'm not grading the first face-to-face meeting, and so but just give me a heads up, you're not going to be there. I just want to make sure you know what's going on. When you turn in assignments, this is an assignment, you know by the icon. Your submission, I'm a teacher, so it doesn't have the button, will be where you get the directions, where you get the assignment is where you will also submit it. So you'll always go back to submit assignments in Schoology where you got the assignment. Notice I'm using the down arrow to navigate Schoology. If I wanted to, I could just go in the first assignment, hit next, and it would automatically take me to the next assignment, which happens to be a discussion board. You will post, hopefully, a really good answer, and all the content that gets graded is in this post, but then you'll notice there's this, did I respond to other people? Usually, to get full credit, you have to respond to 2 people, but all your questions that you answer should be in your original post. That's the one I use for the grading. This is just to kind of be more in depth about the subject. Hopefully you remember the etiquette to social media and how to be productive and not, you just don't want to be too critical. You want to be very respectful here. People, they don't get jokes and sarcasm as well in text. And so you just have to be super careful that we're being productive here. Enough on that. We already kind of spent time on that, so I don't want to like hound you on those kind of rules. All right, so you can use the next, or you can actually navigate also up here, go back to the file you want, use the down arrow, go exactly to wherever you want to go. You submit back into the assignment file. Wherever the instructions are for the assignment is where you go back, and you'll know it's an assignment if I give it an assignment number. I'm not going to go to gradebook, but if you go to your grades, it will list it and be very, oh, I didn't do that yet. Oh, I haven't. Oh, Coach Duncan just sent me an email saying, not through your school email, by the way, through Schoology. I usually, like, if I feel like you forgot something or you didn't put a picture in it and I need to give you a message, I usually send it first through Schoology. And if you don't respond, then I do an email or I call your parents or something like that. But just realize all of it, the information, oh, excuse me, the submissions are here. All the information I want you to know are summed up in Gradebook. And I try to be pretty current on that. I don't want to promise as much on the Infinite Campus side. The actual grading and the actual where you submit and where the real work is, and our communication is all in Schoology. So that, I feel like that's real. Infinite Campus is just a copy of the real. And so I really, if you want to know what's going on, I'd go to Schoology. Hopefully that helps you. And we're in the introductory of marketing in DECA folder, and you're doing those assignments. I put it in 2 folders. Both folders are due, or the one folder, the introduction folder is due. I don't care how you say it. That will all be due next Sunday at midnight. Hopefully I see you tomorrow after school in A224. I hope you learn a lot. I hope your semester's starting off well. If you have any questions, come see me. Thanks.